Morning, everybody. It's the first Sunday after the new year. Back here in the garage. This is before Mobara, so just a few more things I wanted to do before the track day. We got an O2 sensor. Engine light's been flickering on and off. You turn the car off, then the engine light's good, and then it'll come back on intermittently after a while. And then if I turn the car off, it'll come back on again. So I'm gonna change out the O2 sensor. Hopefully that fixes that issue. Got a new clutch line for the bottom half. It's a rubber hose down at the bottom. So the only reason I'm doing this is because I'm gonna bleed the clutch fluid anyways, because the clutch fluid is like black, and I lost a little bit. I think the heat's getting to the clutch fluid. So I have this like build your own heat shield, I should say. So we're gonna make a little heat shield for the clutch master cylinder in the engine bay. Replace the clutch fluid and then put this clutch line in. So a couple more things before Mobara. And we have a set of wheels and tires we're gonna flip. So yeah, let's go ahead and, I don't know, I guess we'll do the O2 sensor first. It's probably easiest. O2 sensor's all the way down there. I'm gonna maybe try to get to it without having to take everything off, but I might have to just take everything off. Maybe just the intake in this and not the actual big intake. So let's see if we can get it out there. All right, managed to get the O2 sensor out relatively easy. Only issue now is this one threads in. This one, I don't know if it threads. So I'm gonna try to see if I can unthread this and then hopefully thread that one in. But the plugs are the same, so that's good. But yeah, let's see. Well, fortunately that was a bust. That does not thread out, but I'm pretty sure you can buy just this plate with threads on it. So I'll have to buy that so I can swap this out eventually. Luckily this still works. It's just intermittently flicking the engine light on, so, but we'll just have to check this back in, unfortunately. That's back in there. That was a complete waste of time. I've already found like the thing, I've looked on the internet just now, you can find the little bracket, so we'll get that and then get that in there. But I'm gonna make this little heat shield now and then do the clutch stuff. I got this heat shield kind of tucked up in there. Nice thing about this stuff is you can kind of bend it as you need it. I've got it nowhere hitting the heater hose. I've got it tied right there with a zip tie and tied on the ground wire, so I'm not gonna be cutting through any of my heater hoses. This stuff's like $20. It's a nice way to just keep some of that heat off your master cylinders and not worry about, you know, cooking your fluids. You could buy like a nice made up plate. It's like $100, but I feel that this works pretty good. I did this on my 100 as well. So with that, we're gonna work on changing out this clutch fluid and putting in the new clutch line. I'm gonna be replacing this line here. Let's take these little clips out. Well, we'll crack these loose first and then pop these little clips off, replace this line. Also, before you take off those lines, make sure you have a line wrench. Save you a lot of hassle in the end. Got both of these guys popped loose. Gonna pop these little clips out, let that completely drain, and then swap this guy out. Got the old line out here. Nothing inherently wrong with this line, it's just old rubber. I figured while I was doing that, I would change it. Looks to be a little bit shorter than the new one, but just like mine, almost nothing. So go ahead and put this guy in. This is made by KTS. Just a common brand here in Japan. Kind of on the cheaper side, but their stuff's good. So this line looks pretty nice. So go ahead and whack it in. Clip was like kind of loose when I'm putting it back in, so I had a little more curvature to the clip just to help it lock in the line a little bit nicer. At first, I saw these circlips were on here, and I thought they were for the locking clips. I was like, oh, well, they gave me those, but I already have these, so I'm gonna take these off. Well, I took these off, and I was wondering why it wasn't clamping down nice. It's because this has a lip where it rests in, and that is what these circlips are for. So this is what the back of the line rests on, and then I put my factory OEM clips in here. Who knew installing a clutch line was so complicated? Well, I've just made it more complicated for myself, but all right, third time's the charm. We're gonna put this back. We're gonna put this in now. I'll try to show you what I'm talking about with one hand before I put this all together. But basically, that circlip prevents it from going any farther. And then you can slide your other little clip in there, but make sure you put this into the line before you put the clip in, or you won't be able to bend the line and put it in the clip. I just found that out with this one. So last thing for this, make sure you finger thread these in before you just start going ham on them. you're gonna have a really bad time. I've already got this one threaded in pretty far. So just tighten these up with the line wrench, and yeah, that's a nice clutch line. Here's our setup for bleeding the clutch. If you don't have any buddies, this is a easy way to bleed your clutch by yourself. So as long as you have a little bit of fluid down here, as long as this is submerged, the air cannot get back in. So I start with a little bit of fluid because you're gonna pump fluid through it anyways. Just a hose through a water bottle, got the fluid down there. Obviously you hook up this end to your bleed nipple, just crack your bleed nipple open, put that on there, pump the fluid. Once you've pumped it enough to where it looks like the fluid coming out is, I guess, clear. Sorry about that. There's other people working on cars here, but yeah, like I said, just pump enough through here. It's not a lot of fluid in this system, it's the Clutch Master, so pump a decent amount through, maybe like up to here, and then just, as long as everything's still connected, this is still submerged, you tighten the line, there should be no air in the system. I've done hydro, brakes, clutch, years and years and years with this method. Super, super simple. Don't buy one of those expensive air bleeders and all that crap. Just get a water bottle. Dirty clutch fluid. I'm gonna just dump this out and put a little bit more new stuff in there just to see how much more dirty it is. I'm pretty sure it's fairly clean now, but it's not like crazy dirty, but yeah, let's go ahead and put a little bit more in here. Yeah, so the fluid coming out is nice and clear, so pedal feels good. Just gonna go ahead and cap our line off right there. Let's just snip that up. There we go. There we go. That's one clutch bled. Sweet. There we go. Good to go. Got two of these bad boys flipped, and you got a couple already mounted at the house, so next weekend we'll be packing up and ready for Mobara. Let's go. Look at that view of Fuji, so nice. Ooh, even better. All right, that wraps up today's video, guys. A bit of work on the car before Mobara, last minute things, couple of preventive maintenance things, I'd say. O2 sensor didn't work out. That's fine, we're gonna get the adapter plate, but got the clutch line changed out, old rubber hose. It was okay, but we put that KTS line in there, and then we changed the fluid, and what else did we do? Put that line in, change the fluid. Oh, put that heat shield in. That should help, you know, keep things from getting too hot. It does get really hot, you know, near the exhaust with the dump pipe as well, and the bigger turbo. It is making a bit more heat, so that should hopefully alleviate a little bit of that, but all good. Get the O2 sensor fixed later. That'll be an easy fix. So all in all, good day. Nice little side quest. Hope you guys enjoyed it, just working on the car. I know some of you commented saying that you wanted to see some action, you know, work on the car. Sometimes I'm just thrashing. I'm not even thinking about it. And it's kind of weird sometimes filming in there because it's loud and there's other people and I'm just sitting there talking to myself. But that's the only garage we have that we use. I don't have a garage for myself here in Japan. We use the one on base. And they're charging by the hour too, so sometimes we're trying to, you know, go fast, but hopefully you enjoyed that little bit of content today. Yeah, so there's the car, there's Fuji, ready for Mobara. Car is looking absolutely sick. First debut with the new paint. So if you enjoyed today's video, again, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know down below if you want to see anything else in related to the car. Another thing is a big shout out to the Patreon supporters. Michael, what to do? Appreciate you, brother. Gigateer, and then Hazy's not on here. I want to change the sticker, so Hazy will go right here. another Giga tier. So appreciate the Patreon support. If you want to support the Patreon, it's down below in the description. The other 3 tiers are inside the trunk, but we have the trunk popped open a lot of the track days, so that'll be on display if you're tier 1, 2, 3. And then don't forget, we got a giveaway going on for anybody that signs up for the Patreon in January, and then going on forward as we do giveaways. If you're a part of the Patreon, you're going to be a part of the giveaways. It's not just if you signed up, but since we just launched it, if you sign up within January, we'll be giving away a Bisu card, and I'll put a personal message on there. But it'll be one of my Bisu cards from previous Drift event to one person that supports the Patreon. So again, down below. So with that being said, I'll leave you with a little bit of Fuji. Enjoy it.